friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm doing my most requested video of 2017, which is a video where I use the more colorful shades from the Morphe Jaclyn Hill palette. So I'm going to do a combination of the warm brown shades and also using these gorgeous vibrant colors, and I hope this will give you all some inspiration on what you can create with this palette. If you want to see my other videos where I use this palette as well, I will link them all down in the description bar. But yeah, let's get straight into it. So the first thing I always do is use a eyeshadow primer, and for those who have never used a eyeshadow primer, this is a product that you first apply on your eyelid, which will make sure that all the eyeshadows that you will apply stay in place and that the eyeshadows won't crease in your crease. So it will just look flawless all day, and of course that's what we want, because when we put a lot of effort in our eyeshadow, we just want it to look flawless all day. So my current favorite eyeshadow primer is the MAC Soft Ochre Paint Pot. There are many different primers out there, but I really like that this one hides all the redness on the eyelid, and I just like that it's quite a dry texture, so it doesn't move. So then I'm going to set it with powder, and I don't think I need to explain which two shades I use. I use the two light shades from the Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Kit, and I'm just going to apply a little bit of this onto my eyelid, so it will just make it more easy to apply eyeshadows later on, because you already have applied a soft layer of powder. So now I'm going to use some shadow shields, and I'm going to start with this brown shade, which is a very gorgeous warm brown with a orangey undertone, and I'm going to blend this all in my crease, going from the inner corner to the outer corner. So if you have seen more of my videos where I use this palette, normally I would start with a lighter shade, but I have just noticed by using it quite often that the eyeshadows are so easy to blend that I just want to go straight in with a darker shade, because I just know it's so easy to blend, so it will not give me harsh lines, and that's one of the things I really like about this palette, that it's just so easy to work with. So yeah, I know I sound really positive, but that's just because I really like this palette. So now I'm going to use this even darker shade, which also has a very warm undertone. This is one of my favorite shades of this palette. Just because it has such a pretty undertone, I think it will look amazing with any eyeshadow color, any eye color. Like I, for example, have a little bit blue and green in my eyes, and this really makes it stand out. But also for like brown eyes, it will look so amazing. So this is a shade that I will like use every day. Just pop a little bit of that in my crease, and I just really like it. So once that is blended in my crease, I'm going even darker, and this is more going to a burgundy brown reddish undertone kind of shade. Also really pretty, and I'm going to press this in my outer V using a more flat blending brush. And I'm just first kind of trying to press it in my outer V, and once there isn't as much product on my brush anymore, I'm going to blend it a bit more towards my crease area, like you can see me doing now. And yeah, I just want the most product to be in my outer V, and then a little bit of that in my crease area. Then for my next step, I'm going to use an even darker shade. I always really like to start with lighter and go darker and darker, and this will just create a very nice transition from light to dark. Because when you look at my eyebrow right now, you can see it starts with light, and the more lower it goes, it gets darker. And I always kind of strive to have this to look as smooth as possible, so that's why I'm using a lot of colors. So now I'm going to use this Sigma Wicked Gel Eyeliner, and I'm going to apply this on top of my eyelid. The best advice I can give you is that don't apply too much on your brush. This is a gel eyeliner, and it's quite intense, but also it dries really quickly, so you need to be pretty quickly with applying. But at the same time, don't apply too much on your brush, because you just want like the most product to be on the eyelid, and then you don't want to have that much product anymore on your brush, because you want to kind of softly create a fade towards your crease. So now you can see I don't have a lot of product on my brush anymore. I'm just going to softly go slightly upwards, so you get a sort of blended effect, if that makes sense. I have made mistakes in the past that I applied too much in my crease, and it was really hard to blend out. So just make sure that you tap off the excess product I always put my brush on my hand and I just sweep back and forth so there isn't much product anymore. But right now you can see that it's not as much, thankfully. So now to blend it out even more, I'm going to use the black eyeshadow from the palette using a Morphe M506 brush, which is a very tiny blending brush, which is perfect for this step. And I'm just going to softly press it around the edges, and then I'm going to softly blend it to make it look even more blended out. Now I wasn't really pleased with the end result yet, so I'm going back in with this brown shade, and I'm going to blend a little bit of this around the edges as well. And yeah, I always look like, is it looking faded enough, or is something missing? Do I need to add a little bit more darkness or a lighter shade? I would just recommend, if it's looking too dark, go on top of it with a slightly lighter shade. So now I'm done with that. I'm going to use this blue shade, which is so gorgeous, and I'm going to apply a little bit of that at the left part. Well, it kind of depends on which eye you're working with, but like the beginning part of your eyelid. So first I used my MAC 2for2 brush, and then I went in with my finger because I felt like it gave a bit more color payoff. Then I'm going in with this purple shade, which in some lightnings it kind of looks blue, but I feel like it's more going to purple. And I'm going to apply this at the other side of my eyelid, also applying it a little bit on top of the blue just to make sure that these shades fade into each other. And then you will get a sort of combination of two colors on the eyelid. If you want to recreate this, of course, you can also apply only the purple or the blue shade. You can give your own twist to it, just be creative. Then I'm going back in with the eyeliner, creating a line above my lash line, and I'm also going to create a cat wing. Now that I'm done with applying my eyeliner, I'm going to apply some black eye pencil in my waterline, and I'm going to apply it in my lower lash line and also above my lower lash line because I want it to be as smoky and black as possible. Then I'm going to apply a little bit of loose powder underneath my eyes. I did this off camera, but I just wanted to tell you that I did this because just to make sure that when I have fallout, I can just sweep it away. Then I'm going to use some black eyeshadow, and I'm going to softly press this underneath the lower lash line and also on top of my waterline so it connects with the black pencil in my waterline. I don't want any skin to like show in between the eyeshadow and the pencil. And then to blend it out, I'm going in with this light turquoise matte shade. And this is kind of what almost ruined the eye look. As I said before, I used the loose powder to catch up any fallout, but the fallout turned to fall a little bit higher than where I applied the loose powder. So I still had a lot of fallout on my skin, but you can see it right now. So I was kind of frustrated because it's just annoying. So I'm going to show you how I fix this. I use a little bit of Tarte Cosmetics Shape Tape Concealer. This is the same one that I used underneath my eyes. I use this always. And then I'm going to use a damp beauty blender and I'm going to just press it on top of it. Sometimes this ruins the whole under eye area because I already applied powder, and then when you're going on top of it with concealer, it's not always a great combination, but thankfully it did work out this time. So then I'm going to apply a little bit powder and I'm done. But I wanted to kind of give my lower lash line a different twist. You can leave it matte, but I just wanted to add a little bit of this shimmery shade, just to kind of make it more glam. And for my inner corner area, I'm going to use this light golden shade, which is more like a champagne golden pearl shade. And I'm going to press a little bit of this in my inner corner area, also going a bit towards the blue shimmery shade and a little bit higher towards the eyelid. And then also for underneath my brow bone, I'm going to apply a little bit just to keep everything in balance. I personally prefer to like keep my brow bone matte, but sometimes it's nice to switch things up. So for my mascara, I use the Mad Lash Mascara from theBalm Cosmetics. And for my lashes, I'm using my Annytude Sultry lashes, one of my favorite styles. I applied them off camera. So here you have the end result. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I know I promised this video for such a long time, so I really hope you are glad that I finally did it. And I hope you liked the end result. So if you did enjoy this video, don't forget to give this video a thumbs up. That will be really sweet and helpful for my channel. I will really appreciate it. And yeah, I hope to see you in my next video. Have a lovely day and I'll see you next time. Bye guys!